I want you to imagine for a minute that you're standing on the stage with, let's say, 10 people. You look to your left and you look to your right. Would you expect those other people to have the same fingerprints as you, or the same eye color, or the same skin tone, or the same hair color? Of course not. We're all individuals. We place a lot of emphasis on our exterior individuality, but the same is true for the things that we don't see, the things that are on the inside of our bodies. So today I want to talk to you about bioindividuality and how that can influence your health and your wellness goals. Hey guys, it's Amanda. I am here to help you on your health and wellness journey. Together, we are going to take baby steps to achieving your biggest wellness goals. Okay, so today we're going to talk about bioindividuality. Expect me to mess that word up about 100 times. Bioindividuality sounds like a great big scientific, I don't have time for that term, but stick with me because it's really simple and it is going to help you with your health and wellness goals in a big way. So let's just get it out of the way. What the heck is bioindividuality? I used an example at the beginning of this video about standing on a stage with 10 people and how on the outside, none of us are exactly the same. That's by design, right? We're all individuals. It's what makes the world a beautiful place. It also pertains to what's going on the inside of our bodies too. So I find it really interesting when we talk about health and wellness and diets and exercise and how we try to funnel people into little categories of, I'm going to follow this diet just based on what I see other people doing, or I'm going to run because that's what I see this person doing and I like the outcome of that. Okay, so what is bioindividuality? Bioindividuality is how we're made up. We're made up different. Our genes, our gene expression, our organs, our skin, all of those things within us, we're all different and we're all individuals, right? And so this can help you on your health and wellness journey because it can help to inform the choices that you make to live your happiest and your healthiest life, which is our biggest goal here, right? Okay, so I use the example of the people on the stage and how you wouldn't expect any of them to have the same fingerprints as you, right? We all know that there's not the same fingerprints on anyone. So the same goes within our bodies. While we are made up similar, we're not exactly alike. And just because we can't see it doesn't mean that that isn't true. So our genetic makeup is different, and the way our bodies metabolize things are different, and the way our organs process certain foods is different. So an example is one person's food is another person's poison. And I feel like we're seeing that more and more these days when it comes to allergies and sensitivities to food. So that's all about your bioindividuality, is looking towards the things that work for you personally, as opposed to funneling yourself into these categories of certain diets and fads and exercise and trying to listen to your body and know what will work for you individually. And knowing that what will work for you individually will not work for Sally. And what works for Sally is not going to work for you most of the time. Okay, so why is this even important? This is important because this is going to help you feel your best. When you can tune in to what works best for your body, you're gonna feel your best because you will be fueling your body with what it needs to metabolize food properly, give you the energy that you need to help you maintain a healthy weight, to help you sleep better. So when you can figure out what works best for your body, your bioindividuality, then you can eat the foods that will serve you. Bioindividuality is important to understand because it helps you to recognize that not one size fits all. So for instance, let's use Sally again. I literally don't know anyone named Sally. Sally is choosing to eat a balanced diet that consists of carbohydrates, fats, proteins. Sally is also a runner. She is built to run and she enjoys it and it makes her feel good, right? And eating those healthy carbs and those healthy fats and those healthy proteins helps her feel good. It sustains her body, especially as a runner. And then you have Jane, and Jane looks at Sally and likes Sally's results. She likes that Sally is lean, and she likes that Sally seems energized and healthy. So Jane asks Sally, Sally eats, and what Sally does. So Jane tries to mimic that. But what she finds is when she runs, she feels depleted. She doesn't look forward to it. It makes her joints hurt. She is like starving all the time, and nothing has really changed for her other than she's kind of miserable because she doesn't like this running thing and she is not enjoying the diet. So Jane looks further into it and learns about bioindividuality, and she starts a food journal, and she starts jotting down the things that work for her. So this morning I had oatmeal for breakfast, and I was hungry an hour later and I felt sluggish. Through this food journal, Jane is learning that perhaps carbohydrates don't work for her, perhaps grains, perhaps she has a sensitivity to something. And then Jane listens to her body and says, you know what, today I feel like a nice long walk, or today I just want to move my body in this way. You can see where I'm going with this. Bioindividuality is really important to getting to know yourself and what works for your body. From that example I just gave, Sally was living a really happy, fulfilled life because she had found the track that worked for her. And Jane tried somebody else's track. It didn't work for her. And so she's on a path to finding out what does work for her. Perhaps for Jane, it's a diet high in fat and protein and gentle movement like walking, riding a bike, yoga. While those things will work for Jane, they might not work for Sally. And so that's where we're talking about bioindividuality and fueling our body with the things that work for us and staying in tune with that. So how can this influence your health and wellness journey? Bioindividuality will help you be in tune with what your body needs, what your body needs, not what Jane or Sally's body needs, what your personal body needs. So sometimes when we talk about diets, fad diets, or we label certain ways of eating, it can turn into more of like a punishment for ourselves, where we're not looking forward to going on that run, or we're not looking forward to going on that long walk, because what we really want to be doing is lifting weights, or what we really want to be doing is going for a long walk. When we start looking at ourselves and seeing what works for us, then we can move towards nourishing our body versus punishing it. And you can see how even those two words are so different, conflicting, and how one of them feels vital and life-giving, and while the other feels dreary and dark. Knowing your bioindividuality can help you live a more fluid, easy way of life, because you will be in tune with your body. You will know what it needs. You'll be able to recognize signs when you're falling off balance or off track. And right now, I was just reminded of another thing that I wanted to bring up about bioindividuality. It can change for you over time. So something that might work for you when you're 18 years old might change as you get older. So for instance, maybe when you were 18, you ate a diet high in dairy products, and that really worked for you. But as you got older, maybe you're in your 30s now, you're finding that while you love dairy and you're so used to having that in your diet, you can no longer tolerate it. And so it's important to keep this bioindividuality concept alive in your mind so that you can recognize when your body is telling you, hey, this doesn't work for me anymore. This isn't our path anymore. We need to reevaluate. We need to pull out a food journal for a week. Maybe we need to do an elimination diet and just see what your body needs in the stage that you're at. Ways to incorporate and start utilizing this concept of bioindividuality, I've talked about it a few times already, is pulling out a food journal. If you feel like this is resonating with you, I recommend getting a food journal. And by getting a food journal, I mean taking a piece of paper and maybe for a week, writing down what you're eating and making notes about how those foods made you feel. So maybe in the morning you eat some scrambled eggs and some avocado, and you felt energized and full, and you didn't want to eat again until lunch. And then at lunch you had pasta salad, and you found that after that you had gas or bloating, or were tired or irritable. That might signal to you that there was something in your lunch that doesn't agree with you at this moment. And if you keep a food journal for a week, you will definitely start to see signs. Another way to incorporate this bioindividuality, like I said, is after your food journal, if you notice some things that are popping up as questionable, perhaps you eliminate those things for a certain amount of time and see what happens then. And by journaling these things, you're going to be able to keep track of it. The next way to incorporate this bio-individuality and being in tune with what works for your body is doing movement that you enjoy. Moving away from this fitness mindset and this exercise mindset to movement. And movement for you might be running. Movement for you might be vigorous exercise, swimming. But I want you to pay attention to doing movement that you enjoy. Try it for a week and see how that goes. We're trying to remove any pressures of weight loss or what you should be doing and move towards movement that you enjoy. And obviously, bio-individuality is all about listening to your body and putting your blinders on so you're not seeing what all these other people are telling you to do or are doing themselves, and just know that what works for everyone else is not going to work for you. You might get lucky and fall into like a path that other people are currently using that actually works for your body, and that's great. That's not going to work for all of us. So in summary, bio-individuality is looking at the things that work for your body, being in tune with your body, taking clues from your body in order to move you towards your health and wellness goals. Because when we find foods that work for us and nourish our body is going to take that food and turn it into the vitamins and nutrients we need. It's going to metabolize it quickly. What's going to happen as a result of that is you're going to have a healthy weight, you're going to have more energy to do the types of movement that you like to keep your heart healthy. And then as you can see, you'll be living a nice, happy, balanced life. Another reason that I really wanted to talk to you guys about bio-individuality today is because it really influences a lot of the other videos that I'm going to be doing. As in, I will talk about different methods of staying healthy and health and wellness to help you on your journey. Before we start that, I think it's really important for you to get in tune with your body, understanding that you are an individual, and while it's great to try out different methods to learn about your body, it's important to know your body, that not everything that I talk about is going to work for you. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. That shows me that you like the content that I'm putting out there and that you want to see more of it, because I definitely have a lot more to offer you. Please stick with me by subscribing. You can click the little bell thing so you get notified when a video goes live. And I cannot wait to hear how this worked for you. So if you go in depth on this and you start a food journal, or you take any of the options that I gave you today, please hop in the comments section and let us know how it works for you.